Okay, the Detroit Lions make a trade, and this time it's for a wide receiver. It's something that we've been talking about. Is the wide receiver depth there with Jameson Williams being suspended? What do? You don't want to go spend in free agency, but you don't want to trade too much. The perfect trade has come along, and it's a great scenario. So we're going to talk about what the Lions gave up, who they got, and why it's so good, and why this guy's been underused. He has high potential. So the Lions are going to get Denzel Mims from the Jets. And here's what we give up. The Lions are sending a conditional 6th-round pick and a 7th-round pick in 2025. Perfect. I mean, Brad Holmes is so good. It was just like kicking the can down the road. It's fine. 2025 7th-round pick is basically nothing. And that conditional 6th-round pick has something to do with like he's got to play a certain number of snaps. He's got to make the team, so it's low risk. And you get a guy in Denzel Mims who I love it because he's played for the Jets. What does that mean? Well, it means he hasn't been in a good offense. He hasn't had a good quarterback. So you don't know what he can or cannot do. He's just been with the Jets during a period. He got drafted in 2020 as a 2nd-round pick, and we'll get to why he was drafted so high. But he was picked in 2020. It's COVID. It's the Jets. So it's like, I don't know what we might have in here. And this is why the Lions made this trade. Jameson Williams, here's the depth chart at wide receiver. Jameson Williams is in the depth chart, of course, but he's suspended, so you take him right out, and then you slide in either Josh Reynolds or Mims, and whoever you slide in there, you need a backup, basically, right? So we didn't have a backup if we didn't have Mims. It would be Reynolds, Marvin Jones, St. Brown, and then after that, it's pretty thin. So now this feels so much better. This just feels like, all right, we've got a couple big outside guys. We've got St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, maybe Trinity Benson in the slot. That just feels better. So why was this guy taken in the 2nd round, top 50 pick? Here's why. You go to his Raz score, and this is where it's elite. He's 6'2", almost 6'3", 207 pounds, ran a 4.3840. His Raz score is 9.75. The Raz score is out of 10. 10 is a perfect score. It means you've got size, you've got your weight's perfect, your speed's perfect, your explosion, your agility. And you can see size up here in the top right corner, great. Speed is elite. His explosion grade, elite. And his agility is okay. And because of that, okay, it's kind of 9.75. But everything else is elite or great. And then here's another one here that you can see is like Denzel Mims has some, and that's the beauty of when Brad Holmes makes a decision is you just feel like Brad Holmes knows, right? It's not just, he's just not looking at the Raz score and be like, let's get this guy. They've been scouting him. They know him. They watched film on him. Should we make the move on this guy? So they know as well there's opportunity here because this is a guy that, again, with the Jets hasn't had an opportunity to really showcase what he can or can't do. Maybe he's not that good. I mean, right? Maybe he's not that good because really up until this point, he has not done much. In his 3 seasons, just hasn't done much, hasn't played in a ton of games, can't get on the field too much. And so that's why you get him for basically a 7th-round pick in 2025. Fine, right? And it's one of those things, he could not even make the team out of camp, or he's your outside 6'2" burner speed guy that we end up getting for really cheap, and you just use him for this year. If it works, great. If it doesn't, we're not out anything. It's a perfect trade, and there's a reason that, again, that we made the trade. I think, and we've been saying it on this channel, that I don't know if I'm comfortable with the wide receiver depth, which is a weird thing to say because we do have good wide receivers, but it was the depth. It was the overall situation where do we have enough guys if St. Brown goes down? Let's look at it again. If, is like, and then we were looking deeper into the depth charts. Like, is Maurice Alexander gonna like step up? Is Antoine Green gonna go for us? We all love Tom Kennedy, but is he our guy? Trinity Benson finally, and you just like, oh, I don't feel great about these guys here in the back half of the roster. So now the Lions make a great, safe trade. Absolutely love it. Makes sense. Go. I love grabbing these guys that come from the unknown offensive franchises, right? I mean, if he's with Tom Brady, and he's not putting up any numbers. It's like, I'm good. But who knows on this one? So absolutely take a flyer, give you some depth, give you some more reps in training camp. You'll know right away. Obviously, if he makes the team, then cool, we got something. Denzel Mims could be something, but I think we had to get younger on the wide receivers front. Marvin Jones is older. Josh Reynolds is older. Had to get younger, had to get an opportunity to get better there and a little bit more depth. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one, and we will see all of you on the next one.